we're live. Hi. Look, you guys, Amanda's here.
Oh my God.
It's really exciting for all of us. I know it's not exciting for you, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Did I? Oh no. Oh no, I might have. Oh no, wait. Shit, this may be the wrong episode. No, that should be right.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the wrong one open for some reason. Probably because I'm pretty.
Mm-hmm. So pretty. Like the prettiest.
That's really nice of you. Oh, thank God. Yes, I can see. I'm in the right place now. It just took me a minute.
It always does for the pretty ones.
You'll notice Rissy is not here. We assume she's coming. She's just always late, so we were like, fuck it, let's go live.
Yeah, because
we were supposed to start the podcast 7 minutes ago, so she should have been here way before that.
Yep.
But she wasn't.
Nope.
She's still not.
Nope.
Oh, look, she decided to show up.
Maybe.
Sort of. We're already live.
I figured, because I saw the little thing that said live.
Okay,
sorry, my computer was like, hello, Rissy.
Hey, Rissy, wasn't it like that last week, too?
Yep.
Don't you think you should have started a little earlier? Because it seems like this is a trend.
Nope.
Okay. Also, yeah, I always try to tell you as soon as you show up and we're already live, because I don't want you to be like, hey, guys, I just dropped the biggest shit, and it was so big it came out of my vagina. I need to go to the hospital.
But the thing is, I already do that on the podcast.
I know. I'd be more worried about you talking about, like, private, like, actual private things.
Yeah, like private
secrets. Say anything, like, legitimately private, you guys. I just gave a ridiculous, over-the-top example.
But our point is that it wasn't ridiculous or over the top when it's Rissy.
Yeah, for within the context of the podcast, it was actually pretty normal.
Okay, fine. Hey, guys! I'm late because John slipped and fell in me. And he has a really tiny penis. Okay, that's not true. Just to be clear to everyone, that's not true.
You know, did you ever watch Care Bears in Wonderland?
No.
You sound like the Jabberwocky.
I'm the Jabberwocky. Hey, Care Bear, stare this, bitch.
For all my late 80s, early 90s kids who had the Disney Channel back in the day.
I probably did watch it and don't remember because I loved the Care Bears.
Oh, me too. I was fucking insane for that shit. And their very bizarre mathematical scale of caring that could measure the amount of caring in the world.
It's like how if you clap enough, fairies will come back to life.
Or if you get too sad, you fall into a bog and die.
That happened to me once.
Have you guys seen the movie posters for Avengers Endgame that say, like, Avenge the Fallen?
Oh my God, yes, people have been posting them in Dork Pride worldwide.
Well, have you seen
really upsetting ones?
The one with Artax?
Yes, it was so hurtful.
It was, but at the same time, it's real funny.
No, it hurt my heart. It hurt my heart.
It's still too soon.
You poked my heart.
Have you tweeted the thing?
No.
Okay.
I'm probably not going to.
What? Why not?
Well, I need to go shut that door because it's a lot of work.
It is, but that's the only way I can get to the chat.
Oh my God.
You can just go to YouTube.
You can just go to our YouTube.
And it's the first one on there.
Oh.
It'll be like, Damsels of Dorkington are live, you Care Bear bitch.
I'm really enjoying Blythe as Stan the Jabberwocky from Care Bears in Wonderland.
I don't know.
Which is a surprisingly awesome movie with a great great in it about using the power of your heart.
I'm gonna have to go find this on YouTube just to know how close my voice is now.
Yes, you will.
Also, I should add this to my character reel. Oh, Amanda.
What?
I'm not gonna rehash this because we already talked about it on the last Dork Pridecast, but I made a demo reel for voiceover, and some things I took from our shows, but then I needed I needed something for this voice because obviously this needs to be on my demo reel, obviously. And so I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna write? And then I was like, it needs to be something like really nerdy and somebody ranting about some real nerdy shit. Where am I gonna how am I gonna come up with that? How am I gonna find it? Because it has to be like all original stuff, not stuff from other things. And then I was like, I'm just gonna find a Rissy rant. And I went to a podcast where Rissy was ranting about the Silmarillion. And I transcribed what she said and then pieced it together to work for my demo reel. And so it's literally just direct quotage from Rissy.
That's hilarious.
I'm really pleased with it. I thought it turned out incredibly well.
It's amazing.
If you need me to say it at the end of your, I'm Rissy and I endorse this message.
I don't actually, but thank you. Yeah, so I played it on the Drunk Pridecast last week. Which also, I'm sure you will have no reason to watch or listen to, but I could not drink because I was on steroids again. But I was roid raging real hard.
Yeah, that was some roid rage.
Yeah, so I was drunk, Rissy, and roid raging blind.
Sounds like good times.
You missed some fun. Okay, I need to close that door because the automatic cat box is very loud.
Pull up some software for recording purposes.
Okay, now, oh, right. Okay, hang on. Let me resize the thrall quick. Where is this? Oh, that was so good. Oh
my.
Okay, that doesn't want to. It's loading.
Loading.
Okay, there we go. Damn it. Copying and pasting is hard.
Especially when you're so pretty.
Yep, you are very pretty.
I keep hitting the wrong buttons because I'm using a Windows keyboard on a Microsoft device. It's very confusing for my brain. Okay.
I've been having the fun computer problem of once a day, it just flips the screen orientation. And then I have to go into display settings and then flip it back.
That's weird.
Yeah, there's nothing that I do to make it flip. It just does it. It's like, I'm going to be an asshole now. So that's a fun thing.
That sounds like a fun thing. And by a fun thing, I mean a not fun thing.
Yep.
I mean the opposite of what I said.
I feel like that's something that's actually impossible, and your entropy bubble just makes crazy shit happen.
I mean, you're not wrong. Lord knows it's made crazy shit happen before, and it'll probably do it again.
That's so weird.
Yes, it is. Unless there's a fucking demon in my house that just, exists only to flip the orientation of my computer's display. Right? That's its only purpose. And I'm like, that is a very specific demon.
It's true. Also, I just want to point out that Josh pointed out in the chat that he literally posts the link every time in Discord. You don't have to wait on the Twitter and the Facebook links.
Okay.
You don't even have to go find it by yourself. He does all the work for you. You just have to utilize him.
Oh, Josh, I've been waiting to hear you ask if I could use you for so long.
Okay, he didn't say that, but I'm sure he's probably fine with it. Okay.
Until you use me up.
Cool.
Okay. Karaoke once in Houston, I sang Part of Your World, and someone was like, oh, wow, who was that by? And I'm like, Bill Withers.
That is hilarious because I know who Bill Withers is.
Yep, me too. That's why we're laughing so hard.
So hard.
We totally get the reference.
Yeah, we
You
get
guys
this
are
joke.
fucking Philistines, Jesus.
You're just now realizing this?
Yeah, not news.
It's a series of realizations. The thing is, though, is that you guys both surprise me sometimes with your musical knowledge because sometimes I think you wouldn't get a reference, but you actually do. So music is a tough one for the two of you.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. It's words and other words. Should we start this shit or something?
Yeah, Amanda, will you check your microphone real quick again? Because you got like kind of weird.
You got weird.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's not horrible like it was, but I don't know. All of a sudden, it sounds a little tin canny. Not uncanny.
Tin can you're using?
Probably, yeah. If you take the tin can off of the microphone,
I thought that's how you used it. Is that not? Oh,
it's not. Or okay.
Is it better?
I don't know.
Same?
Well, it's probably fine.
Well,
I could just be being weird.
I mean, probably.
Is weird.
Yeah. So weird.
So weird, you guys.
Okay, let's start the podcast then.
Yes.
Let me check and make sure.
More wizard hat.
Okay. Ah!
Trying to get things properly fucking oriented.
No,
you do
can't
not
have things properly oriented.
Fucking person. There we go.
Okay, tell me when everyone is ready.
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 Okay, here we go. We're hitting record in 3, 2, 1. And we're clapping in 3, 2, 1. I didn't even hear your claps. Did everyone clap?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Oh no. Rissy's gone weird. Okay. Rissy, are you there?
I think she locked.
There you all.
Oh,
No,
hi.
Okay. Okay.
Rissy, do you have other things running on your computer?
Not really, no.
It's weird. I don't know. Why is it being like this all of a sudden?
Sometimes it just, shit happens.
Okay, yes, but there's usually a reason. Have you restarted it recently?
No, actually, I probably should do that.
Oh, shit.
Well, I mean, we shouldn't have to just up and fucking restart our goddamn computers.
Yes, we absolutely should.
But
Sometimes with the ones and zeros, if 1 or 0 gets off, we have to reset the things and let the ones and zeros fix themselves.
I guess, but man, I have tabs open.
It'll restore those, you know?
Yeah, you can restore all
Like,
of them.
my tabs always come back.
It's 2019. How do you not know this?
Yeah.
My tabs don't always come back. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't.
Have you ever tried finding the restore session or restore tabs or just a button that says restore?
I don't believe in breaking the veil between the worlds of the living and the dead.
You know what? That's fine. If you don't want to fix your own problems, that's fine.
I wanted to come up with the most bullshitty excuse I possibly could.
Well, you did. Congratulations. Okay. Hang on a second. Clean that. Oh yeah, that's actually better.
Marion, I think it says, have you tried kicking it and throwing it into the river?
I mean, Why not, right? It's worth trying. Hang on, adjusting. There we go. No, it's still going. Oh well. I have a weird, light
Oh, yeah.
piece coming down, and I can't really fix it. Oh well, I tried. Are you guys ready? Ready! My phone turned off. Hang on a second. Let me reopen it. Okay, I'm ready when you guys are.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to episode 109 of the Dork Pridecast. My name is Amanda.
I'm Blythe.
And I'm Rissy. We make up a comedy group called the Damsels of Dorkington, and this is our podcast, which is also funny, depending on how much you like poop jokes and dick jokes, or if you're drunk. We're not actually drunk this week, but we do have Amanda.
We have an Amanda. I have a kombucha. Amanda, what do you have?
Water.
That sounds
Water.
great.
Yeah.
Hi. Welcome
Hi.
back.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, Munchkin. God damn it.
So, Amanda, I think we talked about this. Rissy, I don't know. I was roid raging. I think we talked a little bit about it on the Drunk Pridecast, but I legitimately can't remember.
Okay, it sounds like things are going as expected.
Yeah.
But we can't remember what happened.
Yeah, I mean, normally, but then also on those weird drunk casts, fucking forget about it. So Amanda is here. She's going to be here next week. And then Amanda's not going to be here.
Ever
And
again. Wait,
Ever again. No.
just kidding.
I'm trying to get us a guest. We'll see how that pans out. And the D&D podcast is going to be on hold for now. But yeah, we've mentioned Amanda is working very hard on her defense.
And that dissertation.
So she does not have the time to devote. She also is having to pause her participation with the gaming group. So
Yeah, I'm not doing that for a few months, so.
Kind of
Yeah.
trying to batten down the hatches.
Yeah, so she's got to get through that shit. She doesn't want to leave completely. We don't want her to leave completely. We won't let her leave completely.
I'd say you don't know where I live, but you do.
But
I
yeah, we
do.
kind of do.
I've been there a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why I got really aggro.
Are you on steroids again?
It turned into that like crazy ex-girlfriend. Like,
Oh, the meme?
I love Justin Bieber.
Yep.
Huh?
Okay. So the thing with like Justin Bieber and all that
Oh
shit.
no, that's not what we're talking about.
Real quick, do
No.
teenage girls actually think they're gonna get with him or Harry Styles? Right? Is that a thing they honestly believe?
I mean, I had dreams about the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Right, but enough to like send death threats to their actual girlfriends?
Well, it was a different time. No
it's
one was
easier
doing
to
that.
do that now.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
think
easier
you
to-
would, right? I mean, I know you can't properly evaluate your past self, but do you think you would? I mean, people used to send fan letters like crazy and hate letters to other people, so
And that took a lot of effort. You had to like write a thing out and find an envelope and a stamp and
and like know
That's
how to
not
address
just-
those envelopes.
yeah, and know where to send it.
And well, that's relatively easy because I remember as a kid being able to find out Jim Davis's address to send him.
I was just making a joke about how millennials don't know how to address envelopes because they don't send shit anymore. That's all.
No, well, they do it all through the internet.
Right.
Yeah. So the thing is, though, is that kids have been communicating with celebrities in similar ways for years and years, right? For a long fucking time. So what I'm saying is, yeah, you had dreams, but do you think you would have been that level of psychopath?
I'm not great with hypotheticals like this. I mean, it's yes, we were able to contact sort of, but also we knew those letters weren't actually getting to the celebs, so that's different
That's not
too.
true. That one letter I received from Jim Davis was definitely written by him.
Blythe said celebs.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know, man. It was completely different than being able to pick up a phone that is always on my hip and bang out a death threat in 5 seconds when I'm feeling especially emotional or hormone-y. Like, I don't know, because I didn't have that capability. I don't deal well in hypotheticals, unfortunately. I mean, I would love to say, no, I would not have done that. But realistically, like, I don't think the same way. I have no way of knowing.
Oh, well, because
Sorry.
I'm like, what is going on in your demented little fucking brains? Justin Bieber is never going to fuck you.
I know.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's certainly weird. I will not argue with you on that. But, it's weird. Anyway, back to Amanda.
What?
So, she's taking some time to work on the important things. Not to say that you guys aren't important, but, you're not granting her a PhD, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys can grant her a PhD, let us know. We'd love for Amanda to get as many doctor degrees as is possible.
Oh my God, I can tell you for sure with my multiple doctor degrees, yes.
I mean, honorary doctorates are totally a thing.
That's true. That's so true.
I think they're more trouble than they're worth, just overall. So I'm rethinking the whole thing. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Well, that is kind of what being a PhD student is like. From what I've heard, is constantly questioning your life choices.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it is.
I think I'm going to go for mine.
Yeah, you should.
Says the girl who doesn't even have an associate's.
To be fair, getting that associate's would have required you to stay another couple of months in Oklahoma. And
I ain't mad about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think...
I do not regret my choices.
I was going to say, based on where you are now, I think you turned out just fine.
Yeah, I think I'm doing okay. So
I think it was for the best.
Yeah, I'm not mad. Speaking of, I had some very exciting things happen while we were in the last week.
Perhaps you should talk about them.
If you're watching this live, you will see that I'm wearing a mask. I can't really see out of it. Hi.
I was gonna say, is that like mesh or?
There's two tiny slits right here.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
We should make you wear that during one of our performances at Gen Con.
It's not great. No, that fucks with the microphones. No more masks. I'll wear it like this though. It's cute. Anyway, we announced Borderlands 3.
Oh shit.
So it's officially official. Also, Borderlands 1 got remastered on the new generation. Xbox One and PS4 and shit. It was not previously available, but now it is. So that came out today. Borderlands 3 is coming out in September.
Oh shit.
I will probably have VO in Borderlands 3.
Oh shit.
I am not going to definitively say anything, although I may talk some details on a Drunk Pridecast or another Patreon fan cast, just because it's a smaller audience. So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't feel like I made this public statement that turned out to not be true. So yes, but things get cut. We're still like September's still a long ways away. So I just don't I don't want to get too hyped and then wind up on the cutting room floor, if you will.
Yeah.
So anyway, super excited about that. We do have something else coming out that I definitely have a voice in. So
oh shit.
But that hasn't been announced yet. So yes, that happened. It has been crazy. Everyone's upset because today we also announced that our PC game will be exclusive to the Epic Store for 6 months. Nerds are raging. There's also a little bit of rage that you guys will really appreciate because we showed the cover of Borderlands 3 today for the first time. And it is we call it the Messiah cover, and it's of Psycho, but like our Lady Mary or whatever sort of style. And yeah, it's straight up Christian imagery, like 100%.
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. It's beautiful. But
I do love it. Actually.
Nerds are very upset if they are like
Christian nerds?
serious Christian nerds.
Okay.
Which is especially funny because Borderlands is notorious for its inappropriate sense of humor. It crosses lines. It does not give a shit about boundaries. It fucking kicks down doors that you're not supposed to even touch.
I mean, it conducts the poop train.
It conducts the motherfucking poop train.
Right.
So it's really funny to see people being like, how dare you make fun of my religion? I was okay with cannibalism and killing people and all of these other things, but you make fun of Christ till I'm out.
That's a good voice. Man, you are just gaining levels in voices.
That's just my Maria Bamford impression.
It's a little Kermity.
Kind of.
I don't mind. Right.
It's Maria Bamford's like normal voice. When she talks on the show notes, she's like, "Hello, I'm a fancy lady. I'm Maria Bamford." Anyway, yes. So I'm just stealing everyone else's characters.
That you have to start somewhere, and that's generally where people who do voices start. So
it's absolutely true. Anyway, but yes, because I've been doing voices and whatnot more, it's coming out in my regular life too. So sorry, not sorry.
Oh, this is great. This is like me when I was an 8-year-old. So I'm
great. I just got compared to 8-year-old Rissy.
Well, in terms of doing the voices and learning all this stuff. So I'm really, really excited to see what happens.
Do you have a strange desire to be a tiger?
Rawr. I greet challenges by growling and making animal noises.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing I had in a report card, and that can never be undone.
And that transcript has followed you with you your whole life.
Permanent record.
Yeah. Permanent record. Yeah. Everybody knows how serious that is.
Yep. That's a big fucking deal, you guys. Stay in school. Don't be like us.
That's a thing that was always like threatened in media, like media about schools and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was never like, I never saw, is that just like a private school thing maybe?
You never got in trouble, so it probably never like.
The thing is though, is that even, private schools are not don't share a database.
No,
right?
no. I agree. But like, I never was threatened with that in my real life. I don't think it existed in like my public school experience.
When did you ever get in trouble where you would have?
I mean, you're not wrong that I was
That's
never.
the thing, like, I wouldn't. Maybe there were kids at school that did get threatened with that. I certainly never did.
I just feel like
I got sent to the principal's office once in the 6th grade and once in the 7th grade and once in the 8th grade, and that was it.
That's very specific, and you remember it.
Well, because those were like the only times I ever got in trouble at school, and it like burned inside me. I was so full of self-loathing.
Wait, what did you do?
Yeah.
In the 6th grade, I think I was just being a mouthy asshat in class. And
that sounds right.
Like the teacher gave me a lot of leeway, but I guess one time I just went a little bit too far. And he sent me to the principal's office, and then he kind of came and apologized to me afterwards.
That's adorable.
I don't remember what I did in the 7th grade, but in the 8th grade, I threw snow at another classmate. We were throwing snow at each other.
How dare you?
I know, right? Yeah, we were having a friendly snow exchange, and I just literally just had to go sit in the principal's office for the remainder of the class, and I was like, whatever.
I remember.
I never had detention, though, and that was doled out quite freely.
I got my name on the board once in the 1st grade.
Oh, shit.
Because we weren't allowed to talk on our bathroom break. So when you went into the bathroom, you weren't allowed to speak.
What kind of fucking totalitarian nightmare state did you live in?
I don't know. But I was in a stall and someone tried to come in while I was in there. And I said, don't come in here. I'm in here. Don't come in. And I got my name on the board because I spoke in the bathroom. So.
That is a weird.
Yeah.
That is a weird rule for starters.
Well, also, that's a weird exception
So-
not to make. Like, it's like I wasn't really okay, whatever. But I remember obviously, I still remember it. Like, I was devastated because I got my name on the board.
Let somebody batter their way into the bathroom stall and pee in their mouth?
I don't know if that would have
That's real
been
weird.
better or
That's real weird.
What about you, Blythe? Did you ever, like, actually kind of get in trouble at school?
I mean, I'm sure that I did. Do I have any recollection of it? No, I've blocked out most of my childhood.
that's probably.
I mean,
for the
I
best.
hear you there. And yes,
Like,
there's a lot of gaps.
yeah, there's a lot of things that I can't remember at all. I have like really specific small memories.
Yep.
But none of them are like getting in trouble. I'm sure I did because every kid gets in trouble at some point. But, I don't know.
I didn't at school,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, there's a reason why I was involved in so many after-school activities. I didn't actually know at the time that it would set me up for, being able to join the National Honor Society and all that fucking shit. At the time, I was like, escape.
Yeah, that works out well. I spent all my time in the theater anyway. I was just like, fuck all this nonsense.
Mm.
I'm going to go do shows with real adults. Fuck these kids.
I did
Yeah.
sports. I mean, I did theater too, but I also did a lot of sports.
Yeah, the one time I tried to do a sport, my parents were like, go to dance class.
Oh, shit. What sport did you want to do?
I did
Well,
dance class too.
I was too into dance class at that point. I wanted to play volleyball,
Mm.
like a good little bisexual girl.
I played volleyball.
See?
I also played volleyball.
See, Rissy? See?
I guess.
Boobs have been calling to you your whole life. You've just been denying them.
I guess I need to reevaluate my Kinsey score.
Probably.
So Amanda,
Yeah.
we haven't seen you in a little while.
Yeah.
What have you done that's exciting or interesting?
I made some things.
You made some things!
Yeah.
Can we see them?
Yeah. They're back here. What? Oh, I knocked the thing off, but it's okay. So I made a thing for me because I felt like it. I made this guy.
Oh, an elephant!
It's a little elephant. And this is one of those just like, I'm just going to try to make a thing. I don't use patterns because I don't believe in them. It's wearing a scarf because I'm not real thrilled with the way the head is connected to the body.
Clothing
fine.
of sins.
Yeah, but that's why it has a little scarf. But I had these little plastic eyes. And I'm like, ooh, I can finally use these little eyes.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
I like how it turned out. I was pretty pleased. But as I was making that, my son saw it, and his birthday was last Saturday. And I'm like, I'll make you a thing if you want. What do you want? And he goes, I want a puffer fish. I'm like, okay. So I made this little guy.
Amanda, that's the cutest thing I've seen in my whole life.
That is balls.
I think it turned
funny.
out really well. So I made this
It
little
looks
guy.
like a real stuffed animal that like a company would make.
Yeah.
Yes. How are you this good at a thing that you didn't do previously?
I mean, these are the sorts of things that I do.
I don't.
Incredible.
I just don't understand. Like,
I'm really good at like 3-dimensional, not when it's small, like this. Like directions, not so much. Or
Yeah.
knowing which way I'm turning once I'm inside a building. But little things. So, yeah.
I'm in so much awe right now.
That is the
Right.
coolest. I
So
hope Max
crazy
liked
town.
it.
Yeah, he did. He thought it was pretty great. So.
Also, when you do things like this, Jesus, take pictures and send them to us.
I know, I should have, and then I forgot. And then I put them on my shelf, and then I forgot again.
So cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's cute.
So
wait, show them again. Josh Donovan missed it.
Oh, here. Let me say words, so it's on me. So here, a little nice rotational view. Sorry if you're just listening to the audio. This part's going to be a little boring, but it's a real cute pufferfish.
It is.
Maybe the cutest pufferfish I've seen in my whole life.
I love him.
So I like it. I like how it turned out.
That's great.
It's totes adorbs.
What else did you do?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I mean, besides dissertating, I assume.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
yeah, that's sort of the given is like, what
I
did
mean,
you do,
that's
Amanda?
thing,
Science.
yeah.
That's kind of the nerdiest thing that any of us are doing at this point, and that includes Blythe doing voice work on a video game.
Amanda,
what?
How are you feeling? Because it's coming up, right?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
No problem.
Not that I want to diminish any of your nerdiness, by the way.
Perfectly acceptable answer.
I mean, yeah, no. It's probably best to not.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Rissy, what about you?
I've been reading.
What? I'm shocked.
I know.
What you been reading, girl?
So I think I talked about it on a Drunk Pridecast.
If you say anything about the Omegaverse, so help me God, I'm stopping this broadcast right now.
Okay. I won't talk
you.
about that.
Great.
In this moment. So I said on the Drunk Pridecast that I had read a really great book called City of Brass, which is a story about a young woman who lives in 19th century Cairo, and then she meets like an actual like wish granting genie, and then she also meets like an evil Ifrit, and she gets carried away into this world of adventure and genies and shit. It turns out like the Jinn are a lot like humans. They just have magic powers and they live a lot longer, but they're supposed to keep themselves away from humans, but they can't quit fucking humans. So there are like half human, half Jinn out there called Shafit, and the main character is one.
I'm sorry, they're called shitheads?
Yes. No, they're called Khajiit, and they have wares. If
I heard Shafit as well.
Okay, cool, because I was just like, hold up.
Shafit.
That makes more sense.
It actually, so it's so cool. The world building is awesome, and it is such a breath of fresh air compared to boring white people, European landia, generic medieval fantasy stuff. I really like the main character. She was basically like kind of living a hard scrabble life as a street healer, kind of almost witch doctor style character. She has actual healing abilities, but she kind of has to conceal them under layers of, I'm a, fucking snake oil salesman, and here, take this expensive snake oil. She has a friend who's a Jewish pharmacist. And then she goes, to this magical hidden city full of genies. And there's also like court intrigue and shit, and it's all crazy. And there's like one of the only workable love triangles I've ever read in that book. You did
mention that.
Yeah. So I got the second book that just came out, and there's no more until next year because the second book is really good, but also ends on a fucking bananas cliffhanger. So I am very much enjoying the series. Now the love triangle is kind of like a love septringle.
Sounds weird. It works. Is it a trilogy, or is there going to be more after the next book as well?
It is a planned trilogy, so who knows, the author might expand on it. I mean, honestly, I would just read a shit ton of books set in this world because the world building is so great. But as far as I know, these characters, like, their story is planned to take 3 books, and the third one's coming out in 2020, Empire of Gold. So I highly recommend City of Brass, and then Kingdom of Copper is the second book that just got released. Every time I think the author is done, like, raising the stakes on shit, I'm like, she wouldn't go there. And then she's like, I went there!
Well, Jodor in the chat says that it's really So now I believe you that it's
Yes.
actually good.
Now
Now that someone else has confirmed.
right. They're called shit feet. From the jet. Yeah, it's I am not reading Kushiel's Dart. I have read Kushiel's Dart and it's mostly garbage. I like the idea of Kushiel's Dart, that it's about a woman who is given magic powers because she's basically been blessed by an angel, and it gives her the power to feel pleasure through pain, and she's basically a real
I don't think you need to be blessed by an angel for that.
well
Speaking from experience.
it's not just by association. I mean, it's like a direct one-to-one translation, and also any wounds she takes from sexual floggings always heal without scarring, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like at one point,
I don't feel like that. Isn't that normal?
Alive, and she's like, yeah.
I
So
wish
the whole pleasure pain generally has limits for most people, not in the case of Phaedra.
I wish I remembered the theme to Touched by an Angel, because every time you guys have said Blessed by an Angel, I've just wanted to start singing it, and it's gone from my brain, and it makes me sad.
So that was with the Irish chick, or a woman who was pretending to be Irish?
I don't know.
So the angel woman, in my brain, she's a composite of Fran Drescher and Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, who is not the name of the actress, I realize. But with an Irish accent. This was like the mid to late 90s, and there were several TV shows with like women that kind of looked like that with like dark hair and whatnot, and my brain just sort of stitched them into one person.
Yeah, they're definitely not the same person, but sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. Let's make it.
So I also
let's splice them all together.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd all appreciate that. I don't know anybody who would want to be spliced with Fran Drescher.
Yeah, that's fair.
Your scientists were too busy thinking about whether or not they could. They never. Oh god. I also
that was my Fran Drescher impression instead of a dinosaur scream.
I mean, it works either way.
Yeah, that's true. They're very similar, to be honest.
Actually, I would love to see like clips from the original Jurassic Park dubbed over with like Fran Drescher sounds from The Nanny.
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
And, like the raptors just open their mouth and like that horrible thing comes out.
Oh my god, please someone make it and put it on YouTube.
Can somebody who has actual editing skills do that for us?
I could do it, but I don't have time.
Right.
I'm sorry. Someone out there who has time. Guys, I have some sad news.
What's that?
I don't know if you remember our conversations about Joe Exotic, who used to own a zoo.
Oh, yeah.
Between Oklahoma City and Dallas.
Yeah. I never went there, but I always wanted to go.
He no longer owns that zoo. He sold it, but he was recently found guilty of trying to take a hit out on another exotic animal park owner.
I remember hearing about
bad news. This is some Florida man shit. And I am living for it.
It was in Florida.
Yes. My brain was like, okay, what kind of white trash crimes is this guy guilty of committing? Is he trying to like have sex with an animal or like an exotic animal? Like what's going on? But taking a hit out on another exotic
competitor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Tom has been keeping me updated on Twitter, and it's my favorite thing. So yeah, he got found guilty today. I think they deliberated for like a really small amount of time because he'd made all these statements about how he wanted to kill her and like made videos of like and he was like, no guys, I was just kidding. It was somebody else. I'm being framed.
Oh wow. Tell Chef a kissy fingers.
it's pretty great. So I said, yes, the old, I was just kidding about wanting her dead and simulating how I would kill her defense.
Right.
Works
While
every
also
time.
hiring someone to kill her. Who
Right. It's one thing to be like, man, I wish they were dead, but also here's a few $1,000s to do it. I don't know how much these things cost. But
Yeah, he
I
he
don't.
actually talked to someone about it, and it was an undercover cop, I think.
Of course it was.
And then he was like, "No, I knew that was an undercover cop, and they were trying to set me up, and I was just trying to get more information." And I was like,
Information about what?
About what?
I think you understand.
When I went to the airport and joked about having a bomb, I was just trying to get more information from the that's
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah, it's
that's real dumb.
It's pretty crazy.
Also, nobody believes you.
Also, oh yes, Tom is also pointing out in the chat that he was also found guilty of killing tigers.
For that, he must burn in hell forever.
Yeah, he was killing tigers to make room for other tigers that people were paying him to house.
Wow.
So he was like, "Oh, I don't have the space for these people who are going to basically pay me rent to take care of their tigers. I'll just kill these other ones."
And then I'll swap them out for some new tigers in a hilarious sitcom plot. And they'll think they're the exact same tigers.
How did my tiger grow balls?
It's a recipe for wackiness.
Oh God. It is a recipe for wackiness, honestly.
Yeah, this sounds like some fucked up, like, It's Always Sunny in Florida kind of shit.
So anyway, that's been fun.
That's amazing.
I'm sorry to have to deliver that news to everyone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sad about the dead tigers. I wish they could have eaten him. Well,
yeah, no, I definitely agree. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it, so
it's true. I mean, who knows? He might still be eaten by dangerous wild animals like this. Although
maybe they can. Maybe that's what his punishment.
I was gonna say they probably haven't sentenced him yet, so
yeah,
exactly.
They can ask for that.
Gonna do it Roman style, baby. Torn apart by wild animals.
I feel like if it happened in Florida, anything goes, because that place is kind of a disaster.
I can't believe that place hasn't fallen into the ocean yet.
Yeah, insert gif of Bugs Bunny sawing Florida off.
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
And it floating away. Like,
Amanda?
Yeah?
I have a question for you. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Do you have your show notes up?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm just
my God, I know where you're going.
You were so blasé. I was like, does she know what
it's called acting. Jeez.
Hey, Amanda. Hey, guys, this is an advertisement. It's real. It's not a joke. Hang on for like 5 fucking seconds, okay? Hang on. This is real. I swear to God. Hey, Amanda.
Yeah?
Do you want to buy a house and need a home mortgage loan? Or maybe you want to refinance. Maybe you want to refinance. Shut up, bitch. Maybe you want to refinance your current mortgage.
Yes, I totally want to do all of those things. I think you listed 5 of them.
I did. They were
the last 4 sounded real similar.
I want to refi my house loans,
but different. Is your credit score above 580?
Yes, it is.
Do you want to save money while also supporting the Damsels of Dorkington? That's us.
I mean, if I have to.
You do have to. You are a Damsel of Dorkington.
Oh, right. I forget.
Then
you say she owns a Damsel of Dorkington?
Oh my God, yes. She owns all of us. Stop being racist. Then, great. Then you should call Rich Hirsch at Loan One, a division of the Union Bank Company, at 614-212-1422, and tell him the Damsels of Dorkington sent you.
I do like Rich Hirsch, but I don't like using the phone. So can I email him instead at rhirsch, that's RHIRSCH, at loanonelender.com?
You totally can.
Okay, good.
Loan One, a division of the Union Bank Company, offers lending in all 50 states, and the entire process is completely confidential, so none of your information is going to be shared with anyone, including our dumbasses.
And now, back to your regularly scheduled hilarity.
sorry, keep going. I'll do an interpretive dance for 45 minutes.
I don't remember that, but I'm pretty sure I did it.
Oh gosh. Yeah, sometimes I say ridiculous things on Twitter that I say that Rissy did them and Rissy did not do them. And she's like, yeah, I don't remember that, but I'm sure I did it. And I'm like, hey, you didn't. I just made some shit up that sounded like you.
I was gonna say, the thing is, though, that sounds like something that I 100% did. And if I had improv brain at the time, there's no way I would remember it afterwards.
That's my favorite part. I can totally gaslight you into believing you did some crazy shit.
That's true, although gaslighting is usually mentally damaging to people. Like, for me, it's just like, that's me. That's what I do. So I don't know if it counts in the traditional sense of making me crazy, right? Because I'm like,
that's me, Rissy.
Right? I'm so Rissy. I've already accepted my place in my own sitcom, so, you know.
Which is good, because it's just not going to happen any other way.
Right. And you know what? Anytime you need to use me in that particular way on Twitter, please do. Like, to just make up crazy ass bullshit.
Make up crazy shit and attribute it to you.
Yeah, that is totally fine. Especially when you're dealing with idiot mansplainers who are now following me on Twitter.
Do you know he came back later and was like, whoops, I had a typo. This probably would have gone better if I hadn't typoed. And I still was like, bro, I don't care. So to give some backstory here, there's a gentleman that responded to, so I tweeted about Borderlands 3. I had retweeted, I'd retweeted something, and before the announcement, I'd retweeted and said, like, Blythe is really excited about this thing from the Damsel account. And then the next day, when it was announced, I retweeted the, oh my God, we finally announced Borderlands 3, and retweeted that and was like, oh, that's what she was excited about. And he responded and was like, everyone has to have things that make them happy. It doesn't have to make everyone happy, just them. And I was like, okay. So I ignored that one. But then literally like 1 or 2 days later, he responded. I don't even remember what fucking tweet it was about. Good, Rissy does.
I do. So you had pitched us on an idea that I'm currently working on right now. Actually, I did a lot of that the last couple of afternoons. And going through some video clips. But you were like, I just pitched an idea to my fellow damsels on the rationale of, fuck it, I'm getting old and I'm gonna die soon, so we might as well try this thing. And that was when you quoted and said, well, you know, that's the second craziest pitch that a damsel has ever made, second only to the time that Rissy pitched a 45-minute interpretive dance show to the soothing rhythm of mouth farts. And I was like, yeah, I think I did that. That happened to me once. And then this guy was like, fuck it moments aren't actually a thing, because you actually have to care a lot about a thing to get worked up enough to be like, fuck it. So actually you did care and you never stopped caring.
It's just, we were making jokes. Like, the tweet said something about like mouth fart noises with interpretive dance. Like, right? What about that did you think you needed to respond to with a serious response?
Also, you weren't angry. You were just like, it was just a, fuck it. We're all going to die someday. Let's do the thing that I've been.
It wasn't an angry fuck it moment. And he made a lot of assumptions.
He also made it sound like it was some kind of battle of the sexes thing.
Oh, that happened later.
Men and women have been arguing with each other about this shit forever. So can't we just, you know, all try to get along? He also signs all of his tweets
the exact same way.
He has an emoji signature that's like hands doing shit. And I'm like,
it's like, okay, peace, and the Star Trek Vulcan salute.
Or it's like, whatever.
And I'm like, who signs all of their tweets? Is this dude like an 85-year-old man?
It was so strange, and he yeah, so I responded to that second tweet, and I was like, because like I said, they were like these serious responses back to back to two very joking tweets. And I responded back and I was like, hey, you know we're a comedy group, right? And then he was like, what? Comedy can't have heat? And then you could, and he was like, my tweet couldn't have been a launch pad for some zinger. And I was like,
Nope.
no.
I like that it was just nope.
Yeah, and that's when he came back with like, well, men and women have been in a battle for ages. And I was like, so I just responded with fart noise.
And I'm like, so proud of my little girl.
I channeled my inner Rissy.
She's all grown up and farting at people on the internet.
So he later came back like the next day and said that what he meant to say was,
Heart,
can't comedy have heart? But I still was like, yes, but you're not writing comedy.
Yeah, you're writing very weirdly heartfelt responses to.
I don't like, and you're like mansplaining fuck it moments and people caring about things, neither of which like need to be explained here because they were fucking jokes. I don't know. We attract some weirdos sometimes.
Like the whole well actually thing only works if you really know the other person, and
Right.
like when you just do it to a stranger, you just kind of seem like a douche. So
Yeah, you kind of do.
also, like, there's no tone in text, and if we don't know you, then like,
but this is tone, right?
Right. Over and over again. And I'm like
right? Yeah.
yeah,
Just weird. Just really strange emoji.
it took me back to the dude that messaged us after VisionCon twice about how we needed to basically be naked on stage and that we needed to not be wearing shoes and paint our toenails because that's what like really trips his trigger.
Right.
And
And
he
we need
did
to be
it
bearing
twice.
all needed to be bearing our midriffs
Yeah.
and have a wet t-shirt contest.
A wet tunic. He was like, why not, instead of wearing your tunics, corsets, and tights, wear just long tunics with no tights and say that you forgot your tights because you had to get on stage so quickly. And then you could have a wet tunic contest. And
see, I'd be more into that than going barefoot.
Well, yeah, there was the I love pretty girl feet and painted toenails.
No,
Yum.
Yeah.
nope,
Yep.
nope.
And he did this twice, 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah, the second one was basically like, I see you didn't take my advice before. Here's more advice.
Well, yeah, because
Here's
that was
what the belly dancers do. And I was like, well, we're not fucking belly dancers.
well, yeah, for any number of reasons.
Okay, calm down.
But this is what prompted Amanda to write that fucking hilarious, basically parody of what he said that freaked you out, Blythe, because at the time you didn't know Amanda.
we
and
had
you were like,
never
"What is
even
this?"
met at that point.
Yeah, it was so funny
before.
because Blythe was like legit freaked out. She was like, I thought you said she was your friend, Rissy. I thought you said she was cool. And I'm like, Blythe, it's fake. It's not a real thing.
I was too triggered. It was too fucking triggered, you guys.
It was hilarious though, and it was like dead on accurate.
God, it's just so gross. All gross. Anyway, so turns out still men out there mansplaining to us.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so that's fun.
Right. I gained a new Twitter follower. I'm like, why do you okay.
Yeah, it's a
well,
weird choice. It's a really
and
weird
it's one of
choice.
those like, if you don't like women posting leftist social justice shit, you are really gonna hate my Twitter feed, sir.
Or it could be someone who legit thought he was being helpful and thought he was being endearing and now has to prove that he's cool. It's like, no, I'm helpful. I thought that you would think I was witty and clever or something.
Like,
and
well, no.
like, oh, you don't know us very well
Oh,
then because
honey. Oh no. Like,
I have
well,
a weird. Sorry, I'm changing topics on us. I have a weird question.
oh no.
This is a legit question. It's gonna sound like I'm joking or being weird. I'm not.
Are you asking for a friend?
No, I'm asking for me. do you guys, like, when you're in the shower? Sorry. It's not that weird, I promise. It's just,
Go on.
Okay.
Do you want us to like take out our boobies and be like guys, when you're in the shower, do you ever notice how sexy your bodies are?
Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Is this a sponsored ad? Another one?
No, this is a real question. Stop, you're making me embarrassed now. Okay, so when you're in the shower, do you ever have parts of your skin that just starts rubbing off?
Oh, yeah, all the time. That's supposed to happen.
Is that normal?
Yeah.
Amanda's not answering.
What?
Yeah, no, that is totally a thing. I use, the Japanese are mad for it, and they have these things called Italy towels or Salix cloths that are these sort of plastic washcloths with different levels of abrasiveness to help with the process in the shower. It's very common for your skin to slough off during the shower, and it's
If
actually
you're
a good thing.
exfoliating, sure.
No, but the thing is that even just washing your skin is mildly exfoliating. It's really not a bad thing for that to happen, and in fact, the shower is one of the best places for it. And if your dead skin is all full of water, it comes off much more easily. This is something I've looked into a great deal.
Okay, good. Because I mentioned it the other day to Sean, and he was
Maybe
like,
have leprosy.
yeah. And he was like, that doesn't happen to me. And I was like, oh no, do I need to call the doctor?
Unless like you rub a bunch of skin and underneath it there's either all your organs or scales, like lizard scales. I think you're wait, did you leave that out?
No. It's all normal. It happens on my face the most.
Yeah, that's very common.
But it also happens actually pretty much like
If it's
much
not like
everywhere I've
red
had it
and
happen.
raw.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Like I'll just be washing and I'll notice like, oh, like my skin is kind of pilling a little bit. It's
that's like where it's kind of
wrong
gray and dingy. It looks like when your makeup pills on you, kind of.
Yeah, a little, and I'm just like, what is this? And then if I like lightly, like not like scratch, but if I just run my fingernails across it, it'll all like come off, and it'll just be like,
yep,
yeah, it's gross. And I just thought maybe I was a freak of nature.
Nope. It's very normal. And what you should do is go on Amazon and get yourself a $1 Salix cloth, SALUX, Salix cloth. And they're like these wonderful scrubby cloths and they're so much better than like loofahs or poofs because you can actually wash and dry them.
I'm so into this. Yes, please.
And they are amazing, and they just really help. Just it's very gentle exfoliation that will kind of accelerate that process. And like the first time you do it, you're like, oh, so much dead skin! Oh God, it's everywhere! But after that, like that's how I got my elbow to not be a scrotum anymore.
We need to put that on a t-shirt.
And that's how I got my elbow not to be a scrotum anymore.
Oh my God. Okay. Also, Josh Donovan in the chat says, this is excellent to know. I was concerned my fleshy skin sac was malfunctioning as I am not a robot clothed in a carbon-based suit of meat. Bleep bloop.
Actually, last night in bed, I was like, John, you're not robot John, are you? And he just said, bleep bloop. And I'm like, oh no!
Legally, you have to tell me
if you're a robot. So yeah, Salix cloths are amazing for that. And like if you have any like chicken skin, like the bumpy kind of skin on your arms or on like your upper legs, or if you have ingrown hairs under your arms or things like that, or acne on your back or anything like that, this stuff will really help fucking get rid of that garbage. And just make your skin feel softer and smoother, and they're wonderful.
See, I'm helping asking these weird questions on the podcast.
You are. Get the white one.
There's got to be somebody out there that's helped by this. Get the which one?
The white colored one. The colors indicate the level of like abrasiveness.
Yeah.
So get the one in white. It will be perfect, and I think you will love it. I mean, don't go like fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
But yeah, they're very easy to use, and you can actually fucking wash them so they don't get full of the stank and the bacteria. Yeah.
Thanks, I love it.
Yay!
Does anybody have anything else interesting or entertaining or weird questions they want to ask in the very public podcast forum?
Right. Oh, Josh Donovan is asking, what are they called and do they have them with a handle to reach my back? So the thing is, they're actually really long. You can just like flip them around and use them on your back like this.
Ah, that's so fancy.
Oh, they're wonderful. And they're called Salix cloths, S-A-L-U-X cloth, or an Italy towel, I-T-A-L-Y, like the country towel.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I highly recommend them to pretty much everyone, unless you have like super sensitive skin or rosacea or something along those lines, in which case I wouldn't recommend any kind of exfoliation.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are fucking badass. They get rid of ingrown hairs, bumpy skin, flakes, scrotum elbows, all the afflictions of modern society.
Amanda, do you have weird, awkward questions to ask?
No.
Okay, it was worth trying.
We have a suggestion for an episode title, Comfortable in My Own Skin, coming off.
Or elbow scrotum.
Right, JD, but is it normal for your skin to turn translucent and glow blue during the full moon? I don't see why not.
Did you get close to an orc?
Exactly.
Right, are you a sword?
Yeah, because then it's normal.
Or are you just happy to see me?
Are you a sword? Like, is your name Sting? And if so, are you the one with the police? Or are you Bilbo's dagger? Or is your name Glamdring or Orcrist?
Do you feel it coming in the air tonight?
That's Phil Collins, you dumbass.
Whatever, they're the same person.
They most assuredly are not. That was, do you feel it coming in the air? That's fucking awesome. Oh my god.
I think that makes it better, personally.
I do too.
I wish this wasn't a video podcast.
Oh god, you've killed me.
I didn't mean to kill you. I just was confused.
Oh my god. Oh, that is fucking brilliant.
Hey, Rissy.
Yes.
Do you have a Dork Pride chat that's not about Sting or Phil Collins?
Oh god. The chat comments are awesome. Well, originally my Dork Pride chat was gonna be based on your personality. What kind of Florida man crime do you see yourself committing?
Okay, you go first.
Oh, well, definitely eating somebody's face. Like that's something I kind of wanted to do anyway, as part of the whole like tiger gig.
Well, that sounds about, it just sounds like it's on brand for you.
Right?
There was one recently that really spoke to me. Oh yeah, it was a Florida man, like, tells neighbors he's gonna kill them with kindness, and then he like came at them with a sword and was like, "This is kindness," and literally tried to kill them. It's horrible. It's horrible. I recognize that.
No, it's the best thing.
And if people were harmed or killed, I should not be laughing, but I am anyway, and I'm really sorry.
You're not sorry one bit.
Yeah, you're right.
You Fran Dreschered a little there.
Yeah. So
Amanda?
yeah, weird puns and then murder.
And then murder. All right. That's good. That's a great combination.
Amanda, I feel like yours would be like methy.
Methy?
Yeah.
She's a hot meth.
You're stupid.
I mean, I could get behind that.
You know what's
I don't
fun
know.
though? You can actually Google like Florida man and then your name, like your first name, and see what crime pops up.
That'll never work for me.
Yeah, that's true. But a lot of people are doing it. So I would give that a try. So my favorite Florida man crime.
Oh, wait, here we go.
Oh,
Florida
yes.
It's a Florida couple.
Oh,
yes.
Accused of disemboweling a man on Thanksgiving.
Oh no! Oh no! Is that real?
Did
Yeah.
they eat him?
Oh no!
Man disemboweled with sword on Thanksgiving.
Oh, Jesus, Florida is full of sword-wielding maniacs.
That is horrifying.
Yes, police arrested Amanda Ramsey and her boyfriend, Luis Rosas Nunez, in Florida.
Oh my
somewhere.
God!
With
What
attempted
year?
first-degree murder, aggravate. Last year.
Only
Oh my
attempted
God!
murder? Did the
Yep.
guy survive?
Oh my God!
I don't know.
can't
I'm
hear
not
any more of
clicking on
this.
any of them.
I
I'm
can't.
just
You
reading
say whatever
the-
you want.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Oh,
It just
God.
says stabbing. It does say disemboweled, so that
You can survive that.
yeah, but it's hard to come back from that.
It is. I mean, with a lot of help, and you're probably going to be taking antibiotics for the rest of your life. Like,
Yeah, it says nearly slashed to death and
Oh,
was
wow.
hugging his intestines against his body as he stumbled from the house to get help.
wow.
There you go.
Are we done talking about this now?
Yeah.
Great. I'm back in.
There's
Okay.
some really great shit happening
Happening.
in the chat. Josh, Florida man killed trying to wrestle an alligator, screaming, "Love me, friend, Drescher!"
Oh God.
Florida man dies of setting himself on fire due to embarrassment of talking to strangers. That's JB.
God. I feel that. I feel that so hard.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, these are some good ones. Keep them coming, you guys. So my favorite Florida man crime is where the guy, and it's not even really, I guess it's kind of a crime if they're a protected species, but there was a guy a couple of years ago, it got really cold for Florida, so it dipped down into the high 30s, and as a result, so there's all these iguanas in Florida, which are not indigenous to Florida, by the way. It's just people got them as pets and then let them go when they realized
Sounds right.
fucking lizard is
Sounds
not
like Florida.
Yep, right? And so the thing about the iguanas is, so they like to get up into trees, and then if it gets too cold, their bodies kind of shut down. They don't die, but they go into a state called torpor, which is a little bit like hibernation. But so, and that means that they just kind of freeze up and fall out of the tree because they're not gripping the branch anymore. So all these lizards are literally raining down out of the trees, and they're just lying there on the ground and not moving. And they're lizards, right? They're ectotherms. So it's not like they'd feel all that warm to the touch anyway, but in this state they feel cold. So there was a guy, a Florida man, who comes from somewhere in South America. And this actually is important to the story because where he is from, iguana is a delicacy.
Oh no.
So he finds all these fucking lizards all over the ground, and no, I swear this has a much happier ending than you would think. He finds all these iguanas on the ground where they've fallen out of trees, and he thinks they're dead. And he's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna roast these fucking things on my grill and sell them to my friends and be a millionaire." And so he just gathers all of them. And it was more than 100 lizards, and he piles them into his car.
And they warm up.
He takes off down the road, and what I can see the movie in my head, so it starts to warm up, and the lizards, I just imagine first one little head goes and then another head, and then another head pops up, and so yeah, they got warm, they all come back to life and basically freak the fuck out inside of his car, scrabbling all over every possible surface, and crashed into a tree. Nobody was actually hurt. But I just imagine this poor dude suddenly iguana explosion in the car.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite. Florida man accidentally killed by pregnant twins. John Latch, that is amazing. Florida man arrested for assault after drinking gasoline and trying to breathe fire, yelling, "I am fire, I am death." Florida man drunk and naked allegedly sets house on fire during a cookie baking incident. Elvis, that's pretty accurate, actually. These are some good shit, you guys. Although I highly recommend everyone play the fun Florida Man game. So it's just type in Florida Man and then your first name and see what pops up.
I've also heard Florida Man and then your birthday.
Yes, yeah, that'll bring up like the day a crime
Mhm.
happened, which would probably be better for you, Blythe.
Yeah. I imagine it would be.
Well,
So,
I think that's gonna do it for this episode then of the Dork Pridecast. Of course, as always, we want to give a big thank you to Sarah Donner for allowing us to use music off of her album Black Hole Heart.
You can find the Damsels of Dorkington on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Also, if you have a few minutes, please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. That is a huge help to us. It puts our podcast in front of new listeners, which we would really appreciate. And it's a thing that's relatively quick, easy, and costs you $0.
but if you do want to contribute in the form of dollars, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Damsels of Dorkington, where you can get access to rewards that are only available there, such as a fuck ton of bonus content and being on the list of super awesome patrons that we thank at the end of the episode, like these people. What are we doing?
Florida man.
Oh, all right. We're gonna Florida man everybody. All right. Florida man Marion Polincon was arrested for trying to start an alligator poutine shop in the middle of the swamp.
Florida man Alec Teller was arrested for tearing off all of his clothes and running down the street screaming, "Fuck the Epic Store."
Florida man Gordon Nelson was arrested for stealing the clothes that Alec Teller had thrown off of himself while he ran down the street and reselling them later.
The newspapers were intrigued by the story of Florida man Greg Milliken, who was actually killed while trying to make a multi-level marketing scam for selling meth. He was, of course, killed in an explosion of the meth lab.
Obviously. Florida man John Maring was arrested for getting too high on nitrous oxide at the dentist and calling a SWAT team on himself.
Florida persons, Josh and Jessica Rowell, were arrested for having drone battles over an elementary school playground while the kids were out and freaking them out. They were real scared.
Florida woman April Barker was tragically killed while trying to fight a 150-pound catfish with a sword. She got the catfish out of the river in the first place by having someone hold her beer and shoved her hand in a hole underwater.
Florida man Justin Mansfield was arrested for repeatedly screaming at patrons of a Subway for refusing to speak
English, y'all?
What?
English, y'all?
No, that would be true. The dead language that you all can Latin. Sometimes when I try to say Latin, I instead can only come up with Italian, and I'm like, that's not it.
Italian, the deadest of the dead languages. Oh.
Yeah, so he was in a Subway, and he kept screaming in people's faces in Latin, and he was saying, "This is America. You speak Latin," but no one could understand him because Latin.
Because they didn't speak Latin, so it was horrible. Everyone was sad.
It was very sad.
Yes. Last but not least is Florida man Josh Donovan, who was arrested for going around to people's houses that he didn't like and pooping in their yard and then picking it up and putting it in a trash bag and setting it by their front doors. Not lit them on fire, but as like a, hey, you forgot to pick up your dog poop. Here, I picked it up for you, and he left it for them. So it was really confusing to people who didn't have dogs. But he thought it was funny. And it was, to be honest. It was pretty funny.
We would also What?
Real quick, JD says Florida woman goes insane trying to remember the word Latin.
I saw that. It's accurate.
That's accurate.
We would also like to thank Carlos Macera, Alex Hollis, Tommy Bort, Rusty Hill, Jeremy Elbows Hannah, who just joined the Discord, and you should too, Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social, Brandon, Katie, and Thomas David. Hi, Thomas. Zachary Drake, Joe Louie, Stephen Kendall, Eric Ruggles, and Jay Teller.
So thanks for joining us, everyone. This has been episode 109 of the Dork Pridecast. We will see you all next week for the drunk one, and in 2 weeks for the non-drunk one. We might be drunk then, too. It's fine.
Deuces.
Jetpack, bitches. Pew.